Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Declan Rice indicates he wants to leave West Ham as he outlines ambitions. The midfielder seeks to win trophies and play in the Champions League. Declan Rice is predominantly a defensive midfielder. He can also be deployed as a centre-back. Declan Rice has been at West Ham since 2014. For West Ham in the Premier League, he's made 182 appearances and he's scored 7 goals. He's under contract with West Ham until 2024. Before West Ham, don't forget he was at Chelsea. He was in their youth academy, but he never got in Chelsea's senior squad. I'm expecting Declan Rice to probably cost at least 50 million. Revert back to earlier on this year, Manchester United were in for Declan Rice, but Manchester United decided to get Christian Eriksen and Casemiro instead. Now, I want to give you some news on Joao Felix. So, Manchester United are planning to sign Joao Felix. Erik Ten Hag wants him. Apparently now he's our #1 target. Atletico Madrid are willing to sell Joao Felix for 86 million. PSG and Bayern Munich are also interested. Joao Felix is predominantly a forward, but he can also be deployed as an attacking midfielder and a winner, so he's well known for his versatility. Felix has been at Atletico Madrid since 2019. Atletico Madrid got him from Benfica for 126 million euros. That equates to around 113 million in pounds sterling. He was the 4th most expensive transfer. Felix is under contract with Atletico Madrid until 2026. And there's been a lot of other players on Manchester United's agenda. You know the news regarding Cody Gakpo. It said Man United are closing in on Cody Gakpo. Not so long ago, it said that Manchester United had reached an agreement in principle to sign Cody Gakpo from PSV in 2023. It did say that he was Man United's #1 target and he's valued at around 40 million. Not so long ago, it said Manchester United were eyeing a loan deal for Christian Pulisic to replace Ronaldo. Arsenal and Newcastle have been in for him. Christian Pulisic is at Chelsea. He's been at Chelsea a few years now. Chelsea got him from Borussia Dortmund in a transfer worth 70 million euros. Pulisic is under contract with Chelsea until 2024. Man United have done transfer business with Chelsea before, as you all know. Revert back to 2017, Man United got Matic from Chelsea. Revert back to 2014, Man United got Juan Mata from Chelsea. Man United have been tentatively linked with Victor Osimhen. Florin Plettenberg not so long ago said that Man United were planning to enter the race for Moises Caicedo. Chelsea have been linked with Moises Caicedo for quite some time. He's at Brighton. He's a midfielder. He's under contract with Brighton until 2025. At one point he had a loan spell with Beerschot, and before he was at Independiente del Valle, where he began his career. Jeremy Frimpong, recently Man United have been in for him. He's a right back. You know, Erik ten Hag's looking to bring a right back in, and if Jeremy Frimpong was to come in, that would certainly provide competition for Diego Dalot. Fabrizio Romano claimed that Jeremy Frimpong is keen on a move to Old Trafford. You know, he is at Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen got him from Celtic for an undisclosed fee, but when he officially signed for Bayer Leverkusen, he signed a 4.5-year deal. So they are a lot of the players Man United have been linked with. You know, the January transfer window will be Erik ten Hag's second transfer window as Man United manager. So far, he's enjoyed one transfer window and he's brought 6 additions to the squad. He brought Terrell Malacia in, Christian Eriksen, Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, Antony and Martin Dubravka. Man United have spent over 200 million this year. You know, Erik ten Hag, you know, has got rid of a lot of players since he became Man United manager. But despite that, he's still inheriting players from other managerial eras. You know, the players we've seen leave Man United this year, you know, we loaned Dean Henderson out to Nottingham Forest. We let Lee Grant go. We loaned Alex Telles out to Sevilla. We loaned Eric Bailly out to Marseille. We let Pogba and Matic leave on free transfers. Pogba went back to Juventus and Matic went to Roma, so Matic is reuniting with Jose Mourinho. We let Lingard go on a free. He went to Nottingham Forest. We let Mata and Cavani leave on free transfers. Man United sold Andres Pereira to Fulham. We sold James Garner to Everton. We loaned Ethan Laird out to QPR. We loaned Hannibal Mejbra out to Birmingham. We loaned Amad Diallo Traore out to Sunderland. And you know, Ronaldo not so long ago was sacked by the club. Don't forget, Ronaldo has been offered 173 million a season by Saudi Arabia club Al Nassr. You know, Ronaldo has been offered a contract until 2025, so that's like a 2.5-year deal. Ronaldo, of course, is a free agent. But yeah, there are a lot of the players we've seen leave Man United this year, and Ten Hag next year is going to get rid of more players. You know, next year, I could see him getting rid of Dean Henderson permanently. He'll get rid of Tom Heaton. Ten Hag will get rid of Telles permanently. He'll get rid of Bailly permanently. He'll get rid of Brandon Williams. He'll get rid of Tuanzebe. Maguire will leave because Harry Maguire's been told he can leave Manchester United in January for the sake of his career. Ten Hag will get rid of Phil Jones. He'll get rid of Wan-Bissaka. I heard that Bissaka's going back to Crystal Palace. Well, Wan-Bissaka can't get in the Man United team anyway because Diego Dalot's Man United's first choice right back. Ten Hag's going to get rid of Fred. It said the other week that he's decided to sell Fred. I think he could sell Anthony Martial. So there you go. But there's also a lot of players that are going to be staying at the club. Erik ten Hag, I do think he's doing a good job as Manchester United manager. This is his first full season, so he does need time. And I said his expectations this season is to get Man United in that top four. Man United are fifth at the moment, so we're in that top four race. If he could win a trophy this season, that'd be even better, because Man United have not won a domestic trophy since 2017. Earlier on this year, don't forget, Ten Hag got named Premier League Manager of the Month. Erik ten Hag replaced Ralph Rangnick earlier on this year. Erik ten Hag is under contract with Man United until 2025. He's Manchester United's fifth permanent manager since Sir Alex Ferguson. Don't forget, Erik ten Hag was the one that recommended Mitchell van der Gaag and Steve McLaren in. Revert back to when Ten Hag was at Ajax. He did very well because he won, Eredivisie titles, he won Dutch Cups, and back in 2019 he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals, and he developed young players well. Manchester United have let 5 managers go since Sir Alex Ferguson. Obviously, after Ferguson, Manchester United had David Moyes. We sacked him after 8 or 9 months in charge. He only enjoyed the short managerial tenure at the club. He wasn't good enough for Man United. After that, Man United had Louis van Gaal. We sacked him after 2 years, won the FA Cup under him. After Louis van Gaal, Manchester United had Jose Mourinho. We sacked him after 2.5 years. Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United because he did win 3 trophies in his first season. And the 3 trophies was the Europa League, the EFL Cup and the Community Shield. Mourinho didn't do well in his second season though. He obviously had bad disputes with the board and bad disputes with the top players, and that played a part in Mourinho getting the sack in the end. After Mourinho, Man United had Solskjaer. We sacked him in November last year, so it was a year ago, or over a year ago, we sacked Solskjaer. He was the Man United manager for almost 3 years, and earlier on this year, Ralph Rangnick left Manchester United. He was Manchester United's interim manager. Sorry about that. Interim manager for around 5 months. So there you go. But Man United have not been the same team since Sir Alex Ferguson retired, and it's going to be hard for anybody, to replicate what Ferguson did at Manchester United. Alex Ferguson was greatest manager of all time. When he was the Man United manager, he won 30 odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles, so he brought success to the club, but Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. Alex Ferguson was the Manchester United manager for around 26 years, so he was a very long-serving manager. But Alex Ferguson retired almost 10 years ago. Obviously, when he retired, he recommended Moyes in. That's the only mistake Sir Alex Ferguson made. Obviously, before Ferguson, we had the likes of Ron Atkinson, weren't that good under him. We had Wolf McGuinness at one point, weren't good under him. We had Matt Busby at one point. We had good spells under him and bad spells. And at one point we had Frank O'Farrell. Man United got relegated under Frank O'Farrell back in the 1970s. He passed away, was it last year or the year before? And you obviously know the news regarding the Glazers. I give you some more news on the Glazers yesterday. The Glazers want to sell Man United this season. If the Glazers do sell Man United this season, a deal is likely to be done by spring. So this means Man United could have new owners by the end of the season. The other week, the Glazers confirmed that they're open to selling the club. The club is valued at around 5 billion, but it did initially say that the Glazers could demand up to 9 billion. The Glazers have owned Manchester United for 17 years. They bought the club for around 790 million back in 2005, but we've got to get them out of the club. You know, there's been a massive problem with the club for a long time, and Man United fans have been protesting against the Glazers for such a long time. Obviously, you know, we've heard that Sir Jim Ratcliffe's interested in buying the club. Apparently he's the favourite. Ortega's been interested in buying Man United. Saudi Arabia wants its investors to own Man United and Liverpool. That got mentioned not so long ago. The other week it said Apple were interested in buying Manchester United as well. They claim to be the world's largest tech company. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.